What are you going to do with those pies, boys?
We are now reaching the end of October, which means Halloween is right around the corner. The holiday where people get to dress true to themselves, steal a bunch of sweets off people for free. And my favorite thing about this holiday is where people make a bunch of YouTube videos about horror! Ladies and gentlemen, I recently put up a poll and the majority of you agreed it's time to drop another horror video. And this time, we're gonna spiral off of what I spoke about last time and jump onto talking about horror villains that would end my life. Demons that would eat my soul like it was a buffet. Aliens running around bleeding acid. Ghosts possessing people and making them do the craziest shit. Or Winnie the Pooh becoming a serial killer. I mean, they're all crazy. I'm gonna bring up a couple of horror villains I've become more familiar with over the last couple of weeks because I've been preparing for this video. Day and night I've been torturing myself, subjugating myself, burning my eyes to the worst of the worst movies. Like Cooties. I mean, a movie about kids eating chicken nuggets and turning into zombies. That's insane, man. Shit, I would have turned into a zombie day one. I love chicken too much, man. And also, I'm gonna rank how easy it would be to survive if I were to go ahead and encounter some of these villains. I'll be ranking out of 10 with 1 being I'm getting out here scot-free and 10 being I'd rather do it myself, man. So with everything understood and ready to go, let's get into the first individual. And it is none other than the GOAT himself. Now, before I go ahead and even speak about this weirdo, I just want to address to all the people that say Ghostface is easy to beat just because he's human or clumsy as hell. Get the hell out of here, man. That's a bullshit answer. That response is trash. You can't believe that shit. As much as most of the Ghostface killers are goofy, with them chasing their victims for like 2 whole minutes and getting nowhere near them, getting an entire bookshelf dashed onto them, or crashing into a door like this is a Tom and Jerry cartoon, all of that doesn't mean they're easy to go against. It's not like Ghostface doesn't get shit done. They at least kill 3 to 5 people every movie. They be hustling out here. He's a real killer. It's how you forget that shit by saying he's human. And also, this guy is hella persistent. He would do things like stub his toe, get dashed through a building, and be on fire and still chase you to kill you. He's a dedicated guy, I'm telling you. Ghostface to me is one of the coolest horror villains I've ever seen. He's the coldest slasher villain. I mean, his drip is fire, his voice is sick, and all in all, he's just a cool mascot. I recently just went ahead and finished watching all the Scream movies, and I ain't gonna lie, these movies are cold. There's hands down a couple of decent Ghostface killers. Like Billy and Stu are definitely the best duo, but I ain't gonna lie, Roman and Jill, 10 out of 10 performance, feck, man, they went crazy. If you're not familiar with how Ghostface came to be, let me quickly summarize it to you. Ghostface first started with Billy and Stu, with Billy having a motive to take revenge on the Prescott family after Sidney Prescott's mom, Maureen Prescott, went to doing the freaky with Billy's dad, which made Billy's mom abandon him, which affected him so much, he went ahead to murder Sidney's mom. And then Stu, well, these two die, the rest of the Ghostface killers just switch up between straight up revenge and just a bunch of mad people. In Scream 2, Billy's mom is a killer and she just wants revenge on Sidney since she killed Billy. And Mickey is a killer because he wanted to be famous. Here's a dickhead. Then we get to Scream 3's killer, Roman Bridger, who practically started all the murders in Woodsboro in the first place. Roman was Sidney's half-brother, and because her mum, who's also Roman's mum, abandoned him for Sidney, he showed Billy footage of his mum mashing with Billy's dad. And then Billy went ahead to go and kill their mum. He got his mom killed. He orchestrated everything. Bro really couldn't understand his mom never wanted him. It's okay to give up, man. Then we go into Scream 4's killers, which are Charlie and Jill. And Jill is crazy. Jill is Sidney's flipping cousin and she snaked Charlie by murking him and even killed her own mom just to get clout. She became a murderer because she was jealous of Sidney. She's insane. But Jill was definitely trying to play the part. She was out here stabbing herself, ripping hair and jumped into a glass table so she could look like a victim. This some S-tier acting. She almost did it as well until my goat Dewey clocked that she was sus. Then in the last 2 Scream movies, like the 5th one, it's just 2 crazy fans trying to recreate a movie by using Sam and Tara, because Sam is Billy Loomis's daughter. And then Scream 6, it just revolves around revenge, since Sam killed Richie and Richie's family decided they wanted to finesse her and Tara. But throughout all these movies, Ghostface stays consistent. The key thing about him is that he's unpredictable. He's a stealthy bastard. He moves like he's Solid Snake. You won't know when he comes to attack you because he chooses when to jump out and attack you. The fact that someone can have that edge over you and pop out of nowhere is enough for me to go ahead and say I would die, I'm finished. Yes, I agree with what other people say. If I was able to catch Ghostface before he gets me, or we just run the ones, then yes, I'd probably beat one of them. At that point, they're just a normal guy. There's probably a 50-50 chance of me coming out of there alive, but 9 times out of 10, it's never like that. He's never one to just appear right in front of you often to come and kill you. Ghostface will give you a phone call to put you off, threatening you and trying a bunch of shit in your ear saying he's near you, if he's in your house, or even luring you to a different location, getting his victims paranoid to check their surroundings a lot more, and even sometimes to get them to open the door so he can sneak in. His manipulation tactic is impressive, so the smartest thing to do here is just don't pick up the call. Problem solved, right? No! Who's to say as soon as you walked up in your crib, he wasn't behind you and snuck up into the house to go ahead and kill you? What if you were going to a house party and the murderer decided to pull up to the party? What if you went to the movies and he was in the toilet? What if you were about to do the freaky with somebody and get to the business, but they were the murderer? There's a lot of different scenarios we need to think about here when saying you survived Ghostface. Most people purely look at it from a one-on-one perspective, and if you only look at it from that way, it completely takes away the point of the guy. All his kills are from getting the drop on people. Also, the numbers Ghostface has is another problem. Most of the Ghostface killers come in pairs, so there's 2 of them. Scream 3 had 1 and Scream 6 had 3. So who's to say you won't get jumped by these men? You will get jumped by these men. You think they care about the faith of a one-on-one? They wouldn't give 2 shits, man. They're stabbing you. I'm with people on the point that if I were to just spot this guy and there was only 1 of them, yes, I probably win that shit. It really just is 1 to 3 regular ass people in a costume. They ain't got no demonic power, no fighting or killing training whatsoever. And I've been sparring with the man them. I know in a life or death situation, I go crazy like I was the whole. And they're just a person with a knife. As far as I'm concerned, that's just base level London. I'm used to that shit. But the unpredictability, the stealth, the manipulation, and the numbers they have, I wouldn't die fighting one Ghostface. I'd die by getting jumped by both of them. That's the only way I'm going out. Ghostface ranking is a 5 out of 10. Solely because he's definitely easy to beat. As long as he doesn't get the drop on me. And if only one of them comes at me because it's a normal guy in a normal costume, he's getting his shit rocked. I'm beating the hell out of this man. But also, let's cut the shit. You gotta be silly to win against them. Her plot armor is too strong. Now I know what you're thinking. Megan Fox is a horror villain? Shit, I let her kill me. That's the fine shit, man. Jennifer Check is the main antagonist of a movie called Jennifer's Body, where it follows the story told by a friend called Needy. And it's about how her friend Jennifer gets abducted by a rock band who want to sacrifice her to the devil for fame, and they do get their fame. But Jennifer becomes a demon. She's a succubus, and she goes around killing niggas to eat them so she can stay alive and keep her youthful looking appearance. Because if she doesn't keep doing that, then she starts to look ugly, frail, and by my guess, probably dies eventually. Now I ain't gonna lie, when I watched this movie like 2 days ago, I was like, this shit is depressing. First off, Jennifer was already a horrible friend. That shit was crystal clear way before she became a demon. She practically controlled Needy's wardrobe and what she wore so she would look like the ugly one between the 2 of them. She definitely had some level of hate to her with the way she was pushing her at Chip's crib. Needy would constantly worry and be telling her she'd be doing some stupid shit, and she wouldn't listen. Like the whole part of the movie where Jennifer gets into the van with the rock band to go get killed is because she wanted to get into the van. Why are you getting into a stranger's whip? What's wrong with you? I'm not saying she deserved to die, but shit, her awareness was terrible. And even with all this dumb behavior toward her own friend, Jennifer loved Needy. She saw her lips and did it for like a whole minute. The scene of this on YouTube has 437 million views. You're all a bunch of gooners. Then there's the whole shebang where Jennifer decided to go for her boyfriend and eat this guy. Where's the bro code, man? You're tripping. And second is that she was always sus. Before her and Needy went ahead to go to the bar, she started calling guys salty morsels. And you know what morsels mean? It means food. What did she mean by that at the time? She was weird. Even when she got her power, she started burning her tongue for it to heal back and call herself a flipping god. Then while everybody else was devastated and upset at the murders around Devil's Kettle, which most of those murders were done by Jennifer, when everyone is gloomy, sad, and just grieving, Jennifer was out here moving like she didn't care. She was the only person in bright colors and acted like nothing happened. It's like she was unfazed to everything. She was strange. But let's just go ahead and get to what we're here for. Would I survive Jennifer Check? Well, that depends. All I have to do is just not approach her or even move to her. Then it's not that deep. I'll probably survive, have a nice life, eventually a picture-perfect family and kids, and maybe just live life to the fullest. Yes, impossible. I can't do it. It's prime Megan Fox, man. I'm just a man. And this might be the most bitch answer I've ever given to anything, but I need you, man, to hear me out. If I was a high schooler at Devil's Kettle, I wouldn't think that she's a murderer. Just because I would think that some other crazy guy would be out here killing people. The first thought I would have here is that I would have assumed it would have been a serial killer. But also, since a lot of murders are going around and some of them were from high school, my senses would be heightened. I'd be like Spider-Man. I would be extra cautious around anyone. Knowing people out here dropping like flies, I wouldn't trust no one. But let's say I go ahead to school one day and I see Megan Fox. I'm gonna talk to Megan Fox. Are you sick, man? And by the time I get to asking her out and eventually go out with her, I'll be dead by then. It'll be too late for me. Temptation will be my biggest downfall here. It's not my fault I like women. You can't hold that against me. And I know half of you men are doing the same shit. Stop lying. And I'm not saying I would die by almost getting to do the business with her like the majority of her victims. No, no, no. I'm saying I would die just by going on a date with her. Like for example with Colin. Instead of going out to the movies, dinner, or flipping bowling, Jennifer just asked him to meet him at her crib so they could watch a movie together. And you know, I swear on everything I have and I would do nothing. I don't move like that. That's not how I roll. I would actually go over to her house to go watch a movie and cut. I would just want to spend time with her. And that shit would get me killed. I'm finished. She's a succubus, remember? She's got seduction-based powers, which means even then when she would start moving like she wants to go crazy with me, she probably has a psychic hold like she's Professor X. Not to mention, by the time I figure out that she's weird and about to kill me, I'm dead. She gonna eat me, man. I'm cooked. She plays mind games, has powers, and she find this out? Bruv, I'm ranking this a 7 out of 10. I'm not that down bad to pull up to an abandoned house, swimming pool, or the forest like she did with her victims. But then again, I would never ask her out. That would be my biggest downfall. And can you really blame me? It's Prime Mega Fox, man. Hell yeah, I ain't got no regrets. Behave yourself on Christmas. Why are you being a bitch on Christmas? So at the time of recording, last night is the first time I watched Jeepers Creepers. And holy shit, this guy's crazy. The Creeper is a monster that appears every 23 springs for 23 days. And in those 23 days, he goes hunting, finding, studying people with certain body parts he needs, kills them, and then takes those parts. Throughout the whole of the movie, he's chasing after Dari and Trish because he wanted to take Dari's eyes. And he did. And the whole time he was looking for them, he was doing it blind. Ladies and gentlemen, this man was seeing pitch black nothing and relied on scent to go ahead and find his prey. Not to mention, the Creeper is a different breed. He has a whole truck moving at 200 miles per hour. He's got an axe to come and chop your head off. He's bulletproof. He survived being run over about 4 times. And the maddest thing about him is that this guy evolves. I'm talking about whole Pokemon evolution, Digivolution type shit. When as soon as he got run over, out of nowhere, he grew wings. What horror villain do you know has wings? This man is equipped with the most freest ways to go ahead and kill you. It'll be too easy for him. Big Jeep is one of the worst horror villains someone could go against. Michael Myers, bun that. Jason, bun that. Chucky, bun that. Freddy, bun that. All these guys will be too shook to run the fade with him. They wouldn't dare come against this man. He's unstoppable. And when I say he's unstoppable, I mean that literally he's immortal. He is an ancient evil that always comes back. And for more than half of the whole month, if he feels like you have something he needs, he's gonna chase you for an entire month. He goes about stalking, smelling, driving, appearing out of nowhere. He's relentless. He don't quit. He smells fear. He literally smells fear. If you even sweating in this guy, he gonna find you and finish you. He's built for this shit. When he was stalking them at the old lady's house, just standing there, menacingly, staring at them like he's some scarecrow, that was enough for me to say, I'm not messing with this guy. I'm running. I'm dipping. But yet again, the main part of the Creeper that has me thinking I would definitely die was when the guy grew wings. I knew at that point there's no way to beat him. He can go anywhere. What's stopping him? Nothing. He can appear out from nowhere, just come from the sky and swoop down to grab and kill you. Wherever the Creeper goes, he will end your life. And there's no hiding. Once he smells you and gets your scent, he starts locking in like he's a missile. This man will chase you for a good majority of the month to murk you. And no gun is gonna save you. No sword, no flipping rocket launcher, because he's always gonna come back. And when he comes back, well, you better pray to 24th. Otherwise you're dead. The ranking I'm giving Big Jeep is an easy 9 out of 10. Only because I would never drive on an open road like this. You would never catch me there, fam. I would even second guess going back on the motorway full of cars. I ain't doing that shit. But if I was already driving through here and saw the Creeper's van, yeah, I'm dead. So these are some horror villains that you know would end my life easily. If you might disagree with my points or got any more horror villains and movies I should watch and cover for another time, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you, man, for staying till the end. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you next time. Peace.